2K20, we've got another video coming at you. It's been a few days. I'm looking this year to do sort of more consistent content, so it means that I won't be creating videos every day like I did last year. Plus, last year I was just starting the channel, so I really felt like the obligation to make loads of content, which meant I was pumping it out every single day. The other reason for there being less content so often is because the game sucks at the moment, and frankly I've stopped creating stuff in game until the patch resolves whatever issues need to be resolved, because I'm worried that especially with creating arenas, I'm worried that once the new patch comes out, it won't affect any of these arenas that I've made, because these are made in the older patch. And usually what happens with the games is that when a new patch comes out, it only patches anything that you create from scratch. It doesn't go in and correct issues from older creations. So, for example, Wrestlemania 14 is still going to have the same glitches. I'm probably going to have to recreate this arena from scratch once the new patch is out and then start again, which is really annoying, but this is available for download in case the patch fixes it and everything's fine. With that said, I'm going to say again, as I say to everybody, be very careful about downloading this arena at the moment. As far as I'm aware, you won't get the logos don't translate in the upload, so you won't get the logos. The arena will look a bit different. The visual look will change. Everything sort of resets. But if you download it, I think it's worth downloading in case it works, because I'm going to make a new one anyway. So if it doesn't work, I'll just create a new one and you can download that. But for the time being, I would definitely recommend getting this one, just so that you have it in your arsenal ready for that patch to come out, whenever that will be. So I'm just going to take you around the arena, and I'll show you the little bits. I mean, I made this last year. This was actually a bit of a surprise for me. It was my second most popular, not my second most popular, but it was one of the high climbers in my download list. Everyone seemed to really, really love it. So I decided that I was going to put it in this year, and as one of my sort of first 5, because I've got this weird glitch on my creation account that means I'm a diamond rank after only 6 downloads on day 1 of the game. I was able to actually do a lot more content and throw it into the creation suite. So this is how it looks. I'm going to point out some of the main features. One thing that made me happy, of course, is the barricade and the fence. The fence now is default black, which works perfectly for Wrestlemania 14. I think whenever they featured it, whether it was WWE2K16 or 17, they actually did a terrible job of the Wrestlemania 14 arena, which shocked me, because how can the actual company make an official arena and get it wrong? It just blew my mind, and I watched it on the network and I was just like, they got so much wrong with this arena. How did they manage to do that? Anyway, what we've got here is the black fence is correct. On that game it was silver, and I was like, I'm sure it wasn't silver in real life, and it wasn't, it was black. So this is more accurate than whatever they gave you. I created my own ring apron logos. One of them, I will reveal a little secret here, one of them's actually a font. So the Wrestlemania, I actually found the font for it, and while it's not 100% perfect, to the untrained eye it looks perfect, and that's all that matters to me. The WF logo I actually had to create, not myself. I found the logo with loads of bits on it. I had to delete loads of stuff to end up with the actual high-res logo of the WWF. That was something I made a mistake with last year. I've corrected that mistake this year. On any arena that has WF, I've made sure that it's WF, not just the WWE with the Attitude Era looking scribble. So that was fixed. One issue that I've got with the game, that I've had with every game in this series, they've always done this badly in my opinion. The turnbuckle pad logo, that is the smallest that I can get it, which I think is ridiculous. It should be a lot smaller than that. It should also have opacity, and opacity doesn't work in this mode. I can't. 2K, if any of you employees are watching this, please give us opacity so that it works, because it's a joke at the moment. So I can't make that sort of slightly faded, which is what I would do, because at the moment it looks like it's stuck on top of the material, whereas with the turnbuckles it was actually the way that it was printed was that it was printed into the material. It was a different style of printing, and at the moment that's the only gripe I've got with the actual ring and how it looks. Everything else I've nailed, and I'm happy with that. I don't like the fact that they've rounded the ring mats this year. These ring mats used to be a square, so where you see that curved edge, that actually used to be a square, rigid edge. For some reason they've made it round, even though in the classic arenas it would have been squared. It's a minor detail. See how this is squared? That's how it should look. Minor detail, but it still annoys me. Someone who's like a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff like me, I hate seeing things like that. I've added that WF logo to the ring announcers booths. I'm actually trying to remember. I'd made this off of memory, and the one thing I couldn't remember is if they actually had ring announcement tables at WrestleMania 14. I'm pretty sure they did, but part of me is telling me, at the back of my mind, I got this little voice just saying, "Steven, that's wrong. It's wrong. There were none." And so I'm debating that in my head. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, and I'll take that out. That's, it's not exactly a big deal, and you can take that out yourself pretty quickly. So on to the entranceway. There was a glitch that I found last year, and it still works this year. In fact, it looks better this year in my opinion, and I've managed to work it so that I get the entranceway looking great. This is the problem with the game though. Create an arena mode resets the position of all of this stuff when you download it, so you won't get it in this position. Basically, it'll just all reset and it'll all be floating randomly in the air somewhere around here, and you'll be like, why has X Harper created such a crap thing? It's not my fault, it's the game. What I've done here that's really simple. Last year I actually I did the WrestleMania logo myself because it's so bright. You can see how bright it looks there. It stands out a lot. And I think what I did, I went into Photoshop and put like a layer of a black layer over the top and just darkened it so it looked a bit more realistic. I would do that if opacity worked as well, but opacity doesn't work in this mode. So I've done that. I've added the lighting around it. As you can see, all the lighting is red. For some reason, there's no lighting up above the arena that we can see. But the lighting above the arena is white. I tend to choose like, how do I say this? Like faded red, faded white. I don't like using bright white for the lights, because then you get it's too bright. It basically you can see everything, and I didn't want it to look like that, especially with the visual look of the fog and all of that stuff. But as I said before, I've said it many times how happy I am that they finally allowed all of the people to sit in the seats in the arena. I love that they've added that. I wish it was on 2K19. It adds this extra element and feel of like the stadium's full. Like, this is WrestleMania 14. The stadium's actually full. That's how it should look. So yeah, that is pretty much it. This is one of the more simple creations that I've got, and I wanted to show you the arena first. So that's the arena. And then what I'm going to do now is jump out. I don't want to save it. So you can see the WrestleMania 14 arena there. Let's go back into shows and I will show you the show. That way you can see a full preview. There we go. And again, all of these shows are available for download right now in Community Creation. So if you want it, if you want the show, have a look for the show. If you want whatever else, you can get that. Let's go to a full preview. Yes. Now, you may or may not be able to hear the music with this. Doesn't matter. But I love the countdown. They actually did the countdown before this program, which I loved. Because when I found that countdown, I was like, that's perfect for WrestleMania 14. I used that red banner. Just tried to keep it red, you know what I mean? Red needs to obviously be the predominant colour in these arenas. So I wanted to use that. Let this load and you're going to see more. So here's the arena. Now, one thing you'll notice is everything's gone default, so ignore that. These are all the glitches. You've got the WF logo in the bottom right corner. I think it might have been the bottom left corner, but that'll do. Everything else, though, you can see, like I said, this is what happens when you download the arena. There's nothing I can do about it. But what we want to do is just appreciate the templates that I've used, show you the way that the arena looks as Roman comes down to the ring. I'm going to skip that one. Fans are obviously set to like the 90s, the late 90s era. There's all your replays and templates and all that stuff. Referee's got his little WF. Unfortunately, the refs still have that WE logo on. But that's the show. You can download that from Community Creations as well. I will finish this video by going into Community Creations and uploads, and I will show you where they are and what they look like again. This looks so weird, this whole thing. It's broken, but that's what it looks like. It's had 13 downloads at the moment. I haven't even checked this. I've almost got 1,000 downloads in game. I'm really not bothered at the moment because this game sucks right now. If I go into arenas again, you'll see the Wrestlemania Arena. I do not understand why the images make the arenas look so bad this year. Last year they were in proportion. This year it stretches the image so it looks fatter and flatter. It's horrible. But that's where you can get it from, as well as all of these other arenas. I'm going to be featuring all of these arenas on videos, and obviously the shows that go with them as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that on the channel. I hope you've liked the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Maybe even subscribe and all that stuff. If you don't like it and you give it a thumbs down, please don't be the thumbs down troll. Actually leave some constructive criticism. There's no need to be rude on the channel. Just let me know what I can make better. I'm always trying to make things better, and I want my videos to be more exciting and fun for you to watch. So please give me your advice, give me your feedback. I will listen to it. I respond to every comment on the channel, and I appreciate it. As for now, thank you. I'm X Harper. Bye-bye.